and welcome onto your mat for your practice. This is going to be so fun. We've really been working on our shoulder strength recently, and the reason is because I've been trying to build you up slowly into practicing doing forearm stands. Now, we don't actually have to do forearm stands today, but it is the process of putting ourselves in an uncomfortable position, moving through it with passion, integrity, confidence, and knowing that life is a journey, your practice is a journey, and all you can do is start putting yourself into moments where you start to test yourself, test your strength, how far you have come in your practice, and then over time, slowly building upon that confidence until you can actually get to that position. Now, I'm going to be very honest. Even I can't do a forearm stand. So we are going to be moving and utilizing props in order to help us get into that position and to give us that confidence. So for your practice, you're going to need your beautiful body. You're going to need a mat. You're also going to need a wall, so have that on hand. And then if you have a strap or a towel, we'll be utilizing that to open up the shoulders before going in. So it's going to be really fun. I'm so excited to go through this with you. So let's get started. We're going to be lying on our bellies. Yay. Coming to lie on the bellies and utilizing your forearms as a pillow. So stacking the forearms one on top of the other, resting the forehead down onto the stacked forearms. And closing off your eyes as you feel gravity push you down into the floor. And take deep, long breaths. Completely letting go and surrendering. And taking this moment to feel a sense of presence as you find your breath, find balance. Our affirmation for our practice today is I am present. I am calm. I am balanced. And repeat these words in your mind, allowing them to sink in. One last deep breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. Placing the left cheek onto the stacked forearms, we extend the right hand all the way out, bending the right knee, flexing the right foot, and placing the right foot over onto the left side. Keeping the left arm bent. And feeling the sensation of two opposing forces drawing away from one another. Inhale, coming back to center, placing the right hand in. The left hand extends. We bend the left kneecaps, flex the left foot, and place the left foot over onto the right side, placing the right cheek down onto the mat, onto the stacked hands. Inhale, moving back to center, Bringing the forearms or the hands underneath the shoulders. Chin moves in towards the chest as we draw the toes together, firmly pushing each part of the body down into the mat. Deep breath in, push the mat away as we move up into Bhujangas and Cobra, opening up the heart space, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. If you feel the shoulders moving up towards the ears, rather lower yourself down slightly so you can draw the shoulders away. Exhale, lowering ourselves all the way down. Chin comes in towards the chest. Inhale, pushing ourselves all the way back into our cobra. Shifting the weight back, lifting the hips up, moving the hips back towards the heels as we move into a child's pose. Chin moving back in towards the chest as we plant the forehead down onto the mat. Walking the fingertips forward a little bit more as we keep our child's pose active. So lifting the elbows up. So lifting the elbows up. Walking the fingertips forward and feeling this beautiful stretch. Deep breath in. Exhale, rounding through the spine, lowering the hips all the way down, moving into your Cobra Pose. More like an upward facing dog position as the hips are off the floor, opening the shoulders up. Inhale, lifting the hips all the way back into a child's pose. Exhale, rounding forward, lowering hips down. Inhale, take it all the way back. We've got another 3. 2. 1. Open up the heart. Inhale, taking it all the way back into our child's pose. Chin comes in towards the chest. Inhale, moving into our tabletop, tucking through the toes. Lift the hips up and back. Coming into our downward facing dog. If you're quite off your mats like I am, I'm just going to walk forward slightly. So make any adjustments that you do need to come comfortably into an Adho Mukha Savasana. Drawing the heels down as we shift the gaze back towards the toes, allowing the head to be heavy as we draw the belly up towards the spine. Shifting the gaze forward between the palms. And as we exhale, draw the neck back towards the toes. We're going to be doing that movement for another 5 rounds in your own time. At the same time, lifting the hips up, drawing the belly back towards the spine and making any adjustments that you may need. So if you need to bend the knees in your downward facing dog, then do so. Allow that space, that moment to find your balance, to find a position that is stable. Shifting the gaze all the way back. Inhale, taking the gaze all the way forward. We're bending through the knees, starting to walk the feet forward into a forward fold, keeping the core engaged, shifting the weight forward onto the wrists, feeling our stability, our strength in our shoulders, and then walking the feet nice and slowly back into an Adho Mukha Savasana. Inhale, walking forward, keep the knees bent. Exhale, taking it all the way back. Core is engaged. Inhale for 3. Take it back. 4. 5. One last time. You're doing so well. Keep the knees bent. Taking it all the way back. And then slowly bending the knees, keeping the toes tucked, walking our hands back, coming to sit on the stacked knees or the stacked toes, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way together into a prayer position. Exhale, open up the heart, shifting the chest forward. And then taking the right hand down towards the left knee. The left hand sweeps out behind. Find length through the spine as we exhale, moving into a twist. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, opening up the heart. Moving into our twist by taking the left hand down to the right knee. Right hand extends out behind. We find length through the spine. And as you exhale, twist, drawing the belly back. So you create space within your body, space for growth, for love, for confidence. Just being mindful about how you move. Inhale, coming all the way back up. One last heart opener as we open up the chest. Exhale, placing the hands down into a tabletop, extending one leg back at a time. Engage through the core. Exhale out through the mouth, keeping the hips nice and stacked here in our Sansalanasana. So we don't want the hips all the way high. We don't want them too low. So keep them nice and stacked. Maybe give me a little bum wiggle, a little smile. Engaging the core as you push the mat away, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You have an option here to bend the knees and hop forward, or you're walking forward just like we've practiced before. Either way you get there, bending, hopping forward, chin comes in towards the chest, bending through the knees as we inhale, coming up vertebra by vertebra. Roll the shoulders back, opening up the heart, taking another 3 big shoulder rolls. Slowly changing direction. And then coming to center, sweeping the hands up towards the sky, coming to clasp, pushing the palms up towards the ceiling, taking the feet about hip distance apart. As we exhale, shifting the hips over towards the left side, lowering our hands down, bending the knees if you need to, creating a big circle. Inhale, sweep all the way back up. Exhale, take it down for a big circle. Inhale, take it up, going for another 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. As we exhale, changing direction. One last big circle. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, sweeping all the way up, which are feeling quite warm now, bending through those knees, placing the hands down onto the mat, walking 1 foot back at a time into our plank pose. Engage through the core, push the mat away. We're taking the feet about hip distance apart, holding here. Now, if this next movement is a little bit too much for you, you can bend the knees, place them down onto the mat. We're going to be doing shoulder taps. However, I want you to be very aware of your hips. So you don't want them moving from side to side. So keeping as still and straight as possible. Engage through the core. And we're taking the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Remember, you can be on your knees, going for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, beautiful, 2, 1. Bending those knees, internally rotating the elbows, chin and chest comes down to the mat, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, lowering the belly down, push the mat away into Cobra. Deep breath in. As you exhale, shift the hips back into our Child's Pose. Deep breath in, roll it forward, tuck the toes back into our plank pose. Shifting the weight onto the left leg, the right knee comes in towards the right elbow, shifting to left elbow, back to right, and then onto the outside of the right palm. Moving in any way that it feels comfortable. If you need to drop the leg, then do so. Firmly planting the hands down in towards the mat. Left hand stays grounded. We engage, bring the belly back, create space as we lift the right hand up into a closed twist. Staying nice and low here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One last deep breath in. Exhale, planting the right hand down. The left heel opens towards the right side, so we open up the pelvis. Inhale, lifting the left hand up into an open twist. Shift the gaze up towards the sky as you open up through the heart, lowering the shoulders down away from the ears. And then lowering the left hand back down. The right foot comes back into a plank pose, engaging through the core. Deep breath in. Shifting the weight onto that right side. Left knee comes into the left elbow. Right elbow. left elbow onto the outside of the left palm. Planting the right hand down. Inhale, lifting the left hand up, drawing the belly back towards the spine. Find height, find length. And as you exhale, lowering the left hand down, planting it onto the mat. The right heel moves down to the left side. Inhale, open up, open twist as we reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. Feeling nice and warm here. One last deep breath in. Exhale, lowering the right hand all the way down, moving back into our plank pose, engaging through the core, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog as we draw the heels down. Deep breath in, shift the gaze forward. We're going to be doing our walks towards the palms once more. If you want to take it further, we can do our little bunny hops. So however you wish to move today is entirely up to you. Taking 5 rounds in your own time. I'll be counting mine. So staying with your own rounds if you need to. Going deep breath in. As you exhale, hop it forward or walk. 2, 3, 4, 5, lovely, take a break, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. We're going to be doing another round of 5. So finishing off your rounds and taking 3 deep breaths. Exhale out. One last deep inhale. Inhale, shift the gaze forward, bending through the knees. 5 hops or walks, let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift the hips back, downward facing dog. Bending one elbow down at a time. Placing the forearms, or the elbows forearm distance apart. So bend the knees, grab the forearms, or grab the elbows with the hands, and then moving the hands back out. Instead of the arms being clasped, we're keeping the hands nice and open this time. Lift the hips up and back once you've made your adjustments. Shift the gaze back towards the toes. As we push the mat away through the forearms, through the hands. As we prepare to move into our dolphin pose. So either staying here in this first position, or you're slightly walking the feet forward. Shift the gaze forward. We always look forward, never back. Pushing the weight forward, keeping a nice straight spine, holding here. Bending the knees, untucking the toes. Shift the hips back into a child's pose. Exhale it out through the mouth. Inhale, walking ourselves all the way back up. I don't know about you guys. I'm sweating. It's quite hot in here, I'm not going to lie. So feeling beautiful, feeling warm, nice and strong. So that dolphin pose, if you don't want to go into the forearm stand today, this is the pose that you're going to be practicing, while myself and anyone else who's wanting to go into the practice of the forearm stand will join me. Either pose you choose today, it is up to you. This is your practice. There is no guilt in staying in a forearm stand or going into the dolphin. They're working the exact same muscles. So you're feeling that, building that strength, feeling nice and powerful in whichever progression you are wanting to choose today. Okay, so before we go back in, we're going to grab hold of our towels or our straps, and we're going to be opening up the shoulders a little bit, so it's a little bit easier for us to move into the forearm stand. So grabbing hold of your towel or your strap, you want to open it up. Taking the hands, if we had to extend them out in front of us, directly in front of us, that's a little bit too short. So what we want to do is we want to open them up towards the side slightly, and that's going to be our distance. But you're going to figure out the distance that feels comfortable for you when we actually do this exercise. So your strap or your towel, opening up more than a shoulder distance apart. The aim here is when we take a deep breath in, we open it up towards the top of the room. Now, from here, you want to be able to open it up slightly, you may feel the hands move away for us to move the strap or the towel backwards. Bring it all the way back, and you see how much bigger that is for my hands? So I was able to adjust as I went back. So I allowed my hands to move apart. You don't want it too far apart. You just want it at the point where you can move back, move forward. Lovely. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing 10 rounds, just moving back and forth. Bring it up towards the sky. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, one last round. 10, beautiful. Placing the strap out towards the side. You're going to feel the shoulders nice and tight. Lovely. I hope you're feeling the shoulders nice and open now. We'll be moving into the dolphin practice or the forearm stand. So I'm really excited for either one which you choose. If you're going into the dolphin practice, just coming into your downward facing dog like we did before. Down dog, lowering down. We're measuring the distance between our elbows with our hands or our forearms, opening it out. Fingers are stretched and activated in this round, moving the heels or toes in as much as you can. I want my shoulders directly over my elbows. Chin comes in towards the chest. And as you inhale, open the gaze forward, shifting forward, lifting the belly up towards the spine, holding here. When you come down, don't lift your head up immediately, rather lower the knees, untuck the toes, moving into a child's pose. You can do that as many rounds as you can, breathing intentionally and deep. If we are going into our forearm stand against the wall, lovely. So we're going to be moving our mats, moving them up against the wall so we have beautiful support. If you have a block on hand, I never mentioned this before, but if you have a block on hand, you can utilize your block as a way to keep your stability. So I am going to grab my block. I find it so helpful. If you don't have a block, you can always clasp the hands together to give you an extra little bit of support. So placing the block not too close. We don't want it directly against the wall. We want it a little bit further away. Reason being is because we want enough space for our buttock and our hip when we go up so that we're not slamming against the wall. We want to be lovely and gentle. These exercises, you don't even need to go up against the wall at all. You can just do hops, trying to take your legs up, but the main intention is to work those shoulders. Okay, so we don't want it too far, but we don't want it too close against the wall. You have the distance of your forearms. So if you feel today that you want that security of pushing the block against the wall, then you can do that, or take it slightly further away. All right, so moving into our dolphin pose initially. Tucking through those toes, chin comes in towards the chest. We're pushing the mat away with our palms and our forearms, lifting the hips up, walking the feet forward, shift the gaze forward. Lovely. So here we are in our dolphin pose. Shoulders are over the elbows. What we're going to do is plant the left weight into the left foot. The right leg will come up. And all we're doing is we're doing little hops. Hopping back and forth, up and down. You see, we're not even going against the wall. Lovely. Keep on going for another 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, beautiful, 2, 1. Lovely. Bending down into our child's pose. Chin comes in towards the chest. Lower the forehead down. Take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. Inhale, shifting the gaze forward. Coming all the way back. Tucking through the toes. Lift the hips up and back. Walking the feet forward. We're going to repeat on the other side. Not forgetting one side over the other.
This side may feel stronger, it may feel weaker. This is my weaker side. So it may go further up, it may go further down. It's totally up to you and your body. Shifting the weight onto the right side, deep breath in, lifting up. See, I can't even go up high on this side. Going for another 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Shifting the hips back, planting the forehead down onto the mat. Taking 3 deserving big breaths. Exhale out. One last deep inhale. Exhale out. One last breath. Fill the body with air. Exhale it out. Inhale, lifting ourselves all the way up. Coming to sit down. Well done. If you're doing your dolphin poses, keep on going, building that strength. If you just want to take a moment, go back into Savasana while I continue doing this, you can do that. If you feel like, actually, I've got this, you can come and join us with these exercises. We've got one more exercise to do. That's going to be incorporating the hop, taking it up against the wall. If you can't get the legs up to the wall, you're just going to continue practicing the hop, bringing it up and down. So we've got 2 levels now, building it up slowly. And as you can see, you're just going with the flow. Today may not be your day. You may be able to get up there. But you know what? It's okay. We're breathing. We're getting nice and fiery and building that strength. This is your body. This is your practice. Do you. You know, babe, do you. All right. We're going to be going up into the forearm stand. When we go up, now, this is a big thing that I always teach my students, and now I'm going to teach you, impart this wisdom. So I don't want you to throw yourself up. We're gentle, just like we did those hops. We're doing gentle hops, utilizing our core, pushing our weight forward. We want our back and spine to be stacked over the elbows. That way, we're not going to have a lot of distance, to hurl our legs up. So rather doing it slowly, gently, and over time, building that confidence to bring the legs up. When you go up, we want, if this is the wall and this is my right leg, my right leg is strongest. So I would be right leg up, left leg down, taking my left leg up first. If I'm doing that, you can do this on either side, whichever leg is more stronger. You would have noticed that when you did your hops. I want to take my right leg and put it in a 90-degree angle, and then my left leg is going to come up and join. So my left leg is not even going to touch the wall. And the reason being is because I don't want to rely on the wall. I want it there as a support mechanism. If it so happens that both the legs come onto the wall, you know what? It's okay. You'll get there. It's practice. And then you'll slowly take the right leg off when you feel comfortable. All right, so let's go up. When you come down, move into a child's pose. Don't just lift yourself up. I'm watching you. I see you. If you do that, I will know. Okay, I see you. So we're going to be child's pose. After you come down, you need a moment to let the blood equalize along the body. All right, so let's go into this. I'm so excited, so proud of you. You're a beautiful human. Let's do this. Either you're doing a dolphin, you're doing your hops, or we're going into our forearm stand. Let's do this, wherever you are. I am actually going to be moving my block up against the wall now because I feel a little bit unsupported today, so I want my wall as my support mechanism. Taking my fingers, nice L shape, grabbing hold of my block, otherwise I'm clasping the hands. We have our forearms or our elbows forearm distance apart. Tucking through the tailbone, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up, chin moves away towards the front of the mat. We walk the feet forward. Whichever is your strongest leg, taking it up, bending through the left leg or right leg, whatever it is, taking a big hop and moving up. So you see how I moved. Right leg is in a 90-degree angle. Left leg is nice and straight. I'm pushing the mat away, and this is where I can stay. If I feel comfortable, I take the leg off. Lowering down, nice and slow, back into a child's pose. So taking a few minutes, practicing in your own time. If you want to pause, I'm going to do another 3 tries. And going in your own time. And if you fall, if you can't get up, that's totally okay. You know, this is a hard pose, eh? Not all of us are going to get it immediately. I mean, I am very open in saying this is one of my hardest poses. I haven't got it yet, and that's okay. Do you see me crying? No, I am practicing. I'm putting myself in a situation. Some days I can't even get up at all. Some days I feel so strong. And that's going to be you on your mat. Every single day is going to be different. Your body is going to be changing. Some days are good, some days are bad. Just adapt and grow. I've got one more going up, so push yourself one last time if you can do it. Shift the gaze forward. If you want to stay here, this is where you can stay. Otherwise, take the foot off. Everyone coming to meet in a child's pose, placing the forehead down onto the mat, taking the hands back into a hare pose. Finishing off our practice here, redistributing the blood around the body. As we breathe, and coming back to our intention for our practice. I am present. I am calm. I am balanced. Deep, full breaths. Continue breathing for another 6 deep inhales. And either coming into your own savasana, maybe a meditation practice. Taking a moment just to recenter yourself. This is where I will leave you. Take this last part of your practice as your own. And I will see you soon. I'm so proud of you. Well done.